Hello, my friend. How you doing today? In this lesson, we're going to talk about velocity banking is personal. All right? So, in this video, I'm going to talk directly to my friend here on the board for this scenario, for a gentleman. All right? And I want my viewers, class, just sit back, relax. This is exactly how I work with clients one-on-one with households. This is exactly how I talk. All right? So for my friend, tune in, get your notes out. We're going to review everything that we spoke about over the phone. Now it's on the board and it's going to become so clear. I mean, the vision for your finances are going to be so clear after this video is done. All right? So to review your numbers, we're at $3,918 a month. Expenses are like neck and neck. Debt $225. Cash flow starting out $95. Those are the numbers that you gave me, right? And you know, we made a commitment together. You're gonna be with me for 2 months, all right? Tier 3 level, and I honor this completely. And this is another reason why I'm gonna be talking the way I'm talking in this video right now, just to you. Because you know, I was talking to the Lord, and He was like, spend a little extra time with this gentleman here. You know, you're working extra hours, okay, just to be able to work with me one-on-one, and that's a blessing. So we have our HELOC. You got it for $47,500 at 6%. And I know what we had to do first was remove the other HELOC that we had, okay? And what we decided to add on to it was that credit card. All right, so total number that you gave me was 21,459 is the first chunk. Okay, pays off the first HELOC, pays off the credit card. When these things occur, your cash flow is going to go up 200 from the credit card and then 202 from the HELOC. Add the $95 as well, original cash flow. Plus, you've also agreed that we're going to redirect that 75 bucks that we were investing. Boom. We're going to have this cash flow right here, 572. All right, that we're going to work with. So, we got that down. We got the numbers down. We know our chunk. Now, we need to figure out cost of the HELOC, 6%. So you take that number, the balance owed, times it by the 6. This is how much you'd pay in a year if you had that outstanding. And this will be per day, and this is per month. So my goal is to stay around here. All right? And each and every month, I don't want your cost of the HELOC to really go above 100, 150 a month in interest costs. That's actually very good for a high, you know, balance amount right there. We're really good in that sense. So here's the next thing that I want to focus on is the velocity banking part, right? You're getting paid bi-weekly, so a total, right, of the income is what's going to go in immediately. Okay, we're starting in December. Okay, this is going off for December. Right, brings the balance down. Expenses, right? Notice how they dropped, right? So now we're working with 3,420.71, right? And it's gonna bring the balance right back up. You see the cash flow difference between the 21,459 and the 20,961.71. Now, this cost you actually do not have to worry about, simply because you have so much space in the line of credit that when you go to withdraw money in and out, you're really not going to see this hurt your income whatsoever, because we have this big space. And I'm going to go over some rules at the end that I want you to stick to throughout this whole entire process. So another thing I accounted for was Christmas expenses, and I just threw out a number. I say $1,000. It's probably, you know, a safe number for Christmas expenses. Again, if you have money saved up for Christmas and gifts and yada yada, do not use that money. Use the HELOC first. Pull from the HELOC first. Take that money you had, pay yourself back. It will not affect my timeline. Okay? So end of December, balance is right here. Come January, dump to 39.18. Okay? Balance, expenses, boom, balance. Now, all you have to do is rinse and repeat. Do the same thing. Income in, expenses out, cash flow stays in. You're managing your money. You're knowing where every dollar goes. Gotcha? Cool. So my rule for you is the next chunk that we make will be based on the next time you get a raise or 9 months. So we're either going to do a chunk every 9 months or when you get a raise. All right? So I just went out to September 2019. Here's your balance, right? And I assumed that you got a raise as well. All right? So balance minus income. All I did was add $100 to your monthly income. Boom. Balance drops down to here. Okay? Come over here. Here's our next chunk. You already know what that chunk is. That's the truck, right? So we're gonna chunk the rest. I'm assuming, I highballed it a little bit, but I'm gonna guess that your truck balance will be right around that number, and then look what will happen to your expenses. They're gonna drop, right? So after we chunk at the truck in September, okay, expenses go down. It's going to bring the balance back up to 26,000. A rule that I have for you is I don't want you to breach 30,000 owed at any given time on this HELOC. The reason why is your income is not that high. Okay, so I don't like, we were discussing this about, taking all the HELOC money to try and wipe out a bunch of different debts. All you're doing is transferring the interest and you're kind of prolonging it, and I don't want to do that. Okay, I want to wipe out the amortized debt and the HELOC itself very short period of time, very rapid. Okay, and here's how I'm going to do that. So come end of September, your balance will be right about there. So come into October, same thing, new income going in, balance, expenses coming out, boom. By this time, your cash flow is going to be a lot better, okay? And look what I did. I fast forward another 9 months to your next chunk, which is going to put us around June 2020, and the balance on the HELOC will be around $17,960. Do you see the similarity here in the numbers? I want you to really remember these specific numbers when you go to make that next chunk, and you'll notice why, because I have the space to do so. Okay, so I did the same thing. I went 9 months out, and I was like, all right, I'm sure you can get me another raise, right? Once or twice a year, give or take. Even if the first raise was like a $2 or $3 raise or something like that, that could be an extra $200 a month. Notice how I only added 100. Okay, so income going in, same thing. Balance goes down. Next chunk, right? The 12,150. I believe that was our student loans. Yes, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe, yes, that was the student loans. So the chunk here, student loan, look what happened to your expenses. It dropped whatever the student loan payment was, which is, I think, was $195, right? Something like that. So add up all those numbers, boom, new balance. See, notice how I didn't breach 30. Again, income goes in, balance, expenses coming out. Now you've got some very good cash flow. Notice, you're making like 4,000 plus right now, and now you're working with 3. So we're getting further and further. Our expenses are dropping, income's rising, cash flow's rising. okay? Same thing, rinse and repeat. Dump the income, take expenses out. Look, 9 months later, here's your balance, okay? Balance, see how it's the similarity right there? So balance, by then we would have wiped out the truck, the credit card, the student loan, the first position HELOC, right? I mean the second position HELOC, which gave us the new second position HELOC, right? So all we have left is what? The HELOC itself and then the mortgage, right? So I was like very, very conservative. If all you did was do a $10,000 chunk at the mortgage, okay, same expenses, look where it brings your balance back up to again, 28,000, okay? So your rules are conservatively, every 9 months, we're gonna make a chunk, right? To wipe out all the smaller debts, to get our cash flow up, get our credit higher, and then we'll get started on the mortgage, all right? For my rule for your mortgage is every 6 months. So every 9 months before we get to the mortgage is when we're gonna chunk. But then once we get to the mortgage, we will have very good cash flow going on, which will give us the ability to make a $10,000 to $13,000 chunk every 6 months towards the mortgage, okay? And conservatively, I have you debt free overall, total, in 6.5 years or less, okay? I think that's a very solid number to work with. I know you can do better. I know you could probably kill that in about 6 or less, simply because, look, it took us what, 9, 18, 27 months just to get to the mortgage, right? So that's 2 years. So it actually, doing velocity banking on the mortgage will only take us about 4 years. So we're looking at about 6.5 total, right? So I want you to definitely work on that. Stay focused. Know where every dollar goes. Be a team player, okay? Work with wife, work with the family, get the household in line. Do everything in your power to build your income, okay? You know, whether it's, I know you don't want to work extra hours, but hey, for the time being, this is exciting, okay? Debt free in 6.5 years or less, okay? Wiping out $225,000, and we started out here, my friend, here. So I know you're committed to me. I'm committed to you, all right? We started here. Look where we ended, debt free, all right? So I hope that helps you. Stay focused. Any questions, you already know, reach out to me, all right? I'm here for you. Now, for all my viewers, all my newcomers, loyal Patreons, loyal subscribers, I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to work with me one-on-one, for my new people or people that have been watching me for a little while now, okay, especially people that have been commenting a lot in the comments, look, if you want to really get my attention, okay, you can visit my Patreon page, all right, and pick a level that you want to join at, okay? You find the right tier that works for you and your budget, right? That'll help us get there, okay? You can start low, work your way up, or if you have the cash flow, you have the finances, take this step, join tier 3, you get my full attention, okay? Once you do that, I also want you to fill out my form so that I can see your finances. It'll maximize our time together, all right? And I also have my email on the Patreon page that you can just send me in a spreadsheet, Excel, and I can get all your numbers laid out. So when we talk, I can put something like this together, and boom, it's here for you for the whole duration. Sound good? My name is Denzel. Have a blessed day. Thank you so much.